So for my YouTube tutorial for drama, I'm going to be doing how to connect to your character. So first off, to connect to your character, it's really important that you learn your lines, because trying to connect to someone while having to read and hold a book in your hands, it's really hard, and it's a barrier between you and the character because you're not completely focusing on what you're saying, more just trying to get the words out because you're reading them. Secondly, you should look up or research your character. You should know his or her history as much as possible, because it's always good to know a good backstory to what your character is, because then you know where he or she is coming from. Thirdly, you should know your character's relationships with others, so you know how they interact and how they are with others. So if you're married to someone else in the play, then obviously you're going to treat them differently if they're your brother or your sister or your aunt or something. As well as you should know how other characters feel about your characters in the play, because if someone really hates you, then you should be able to react coldly to them. Something that helps too is watching movies or past productions that have already been done. I found that extremely helpful, just to watch the movie for different plays, just to get a sense of the era and the genre of the play. Another helpful thing is to think of your character, what they would be like today. So what would their interests back then translate into today? Because that way you can connect a little easier, because you could get a sense of who they are. Try to find connections between their life and your life, if there's anything similar between them and you. For Elizabeth, she was very passive and didn't really say anything, and sometimes I'll be extremely passive, so I found that connection between me and her. Another key point is to know the time period, obviously, how people were in their age. So example, if the play or the movie is set in the 60s, then it's very oriented around peace, love, no war. People talked a little longer, so you should try to know the time era. Another major point is to think of a character analysis, what is their motivation, what are they doing, why are they doing it, when are they doing it. It's really important to know why the audience cares. So why is my character doing what they're doing. Lastly, a good way to connect to your character is to let go of yourself. So forget about who you are. So forget about your own interests, your own values in a sense, because you're not playing you anymore. And you should just take on the character in its whole entirety. So yeah, thank you.